we must especially beware of that small group of selfish men who would clip the wings of the American eagle in order to feather their own nest.
Here to talk about benevolent politicians that are going to come and save the day for you. I'm not here to talk about a dream that we think is unattainable, so we settle for less. I'm not here to talk about a utopian society where everyone is forgiven and no one has to pay for past debts.
Here's my question though. Democrats, since 2008, the numbers are ghastly for Democrats. In Senate, Democrats are down 10%. In the House, down 19.3%, and in governors, 35%. The Democrats are getting clobbered at every level over multiple elections. The Democratic Party is in a moment of questioning about its identity. You were reelected to lead the Democrats in the House. What do you tell Democrats who want a new direction? And
the last few years in the country that I'm describing have been a time of brisk prosperity according to official measurements, with unemployment down and the stock market up, with the stock market hitting all-time highs. A poll showed that nearly 3/4 of the American public thought that the economy was still in a recession, because for them it was.
I'm here because working class and poor people deserve a chance at economic freedom. And yes, if you work 40 hours a week, you should not be in poverty. That's why I'm here.
And then go to you, what are you going to do differently?
Well, I don't think that people want a new direction. People will express themselves the way they do. That doesn't mean they're speaking for the party. And
There's
I think
some
people
on the left who think this administration has been too soft on Wall Street. The administration's just been too close with the financial industry. Do you agree with that?
The financial industry doesn't agree with that. There may be a couple people who say that, but that is not the consensus in that.
What I'm talking about today is the Martin King post the Washington March. Martin King present the war on poverty. Martin King against the war machine that uses your sons and your nephews to go to other lands and murder. I'm talking about a revolutionary.
They are not with President Bush. Excuse me.
President
I'm so sorry, President Bush. I never thought I'd pray for the day that you were president again, but...
You're praying for the day that President Bush is president again?
Well, we worked, and so you asked the question, how would I work with a Republican president? The way we worked with President Bush.
I am here as a proponent for a political revolution that says health care is a right of every citizen.
Going back to healthcare, it's obvious that a lot of Americans are not too excited with this Republican bill. We've seen that in polling. But a lot of Americans still want to see changes to the healthcare system in America.
Of course.
Do you feel like the move for Democrats now is to make single payer a plank in the 2018 platform?
No, I don't.
I think what you're referring to is my advocacy for single payer healthcare. And that I feel very strongly about that. I think it's time for the United States to join the rest of the civilized world and provide for the universal health care of all of its citizens.
To be a young person in this country right now is to understand, I think instinctively, the downward slope that so many people are on these days.
But I wonder if there's anywhere you feel that the Democrats could move farther left to a more populist message, the way the alt-right has sort of captured this populist strain on the right wing, if you think we could make a more stark contrast to right-wing economics.
Well, I thank you for your question, but I have to say we're capitalist. And that's just the way it is.
So you think the people of San Francisco want more socialism? Well, it depends on how you define socialism. I think that word's been slandered a bit. Socialism is not an evil thing. The country runs on socialism on many of its programs. Medicare is socialism. Fire departments and police departments are socialism.
He, unlike any other candidate, said, I wish to end this illegal war on drugs that disproportionately targets minorities and poor. He says that education should be free for every citizen of this country. Make sure that wherever you go, you take the name, the ideas, the philosophy, and the ideology of Bernie Sanders there, and you make sure when you leave, they are on fire because they have felt the burn.
They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here. This little bird doesn't know it. Old